and welcome to episode 4 of Imperfectly Us. I'm Cathy.
I'm Jason.
And
special episode because you are off of school.
Yeah, so we're not waiting our normal 2 weeks or however long it ends up normally being.
2 weeks.
So we figured, you know what? Let's record another episode.
We're bored.
Yes.
We had restless legs and we were wanting to do something.
And I didn't want that something to be eating. Because that's, like, I'm really, really struggling right now with that. So I'm trying to, I started last week really trying to get back on track with my exercise. But last week was a rough week at the Srock house.
Why?
So, Izzy, so I finished school the Friday before, but then Izzy was supposed to have school Monday and Tuesday because they had some building problems, so they had to go a little bit longer. And so I was really excited about being able to do, like, the typical end of the year stuff with her and, like, be a mom, and she wanted to ride her bike up to school one day because we walk to school. We're like right down the road from the school. So, we walk and get her every day after school, but normally before school she's at Latchkey. And so I was really excited to have that Monday and Tuesday to, like, get up and get her dressed and feed her breakfast and walk to school and walk with friends. And she wanted to ride her bike, and we were going to do a breakfast date one day. And Monday was awesome. We did that. She had her class picnic on Monday, and so she had her cute little school shirt on, and so I was able to grab a couple pictures of her in her school shirt next to the school sign and all of that. And then Monday she had her school picnic, her kindergarten picnic, and I was able to chaperone that at the park. And then Monday night, the plague hit.
Yeah, that was not fun. Although we knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming. Several of her classmates had it. And it was just this really high fever for 5 days. And, like, everyone's had it for 5 days. And they've had, a couple of kids have had other different symptoms or whatever. But Monday we had stayed after the picnic to help clean up her teacher's room. And when we were walking home, she was really tired and she wanted me to, like, give her a piggyback ride. So I did. And then we got home Monday night, and at one point she was like, I'm tired. I'm going to go lay down. And we were like, do you want dinner? And she's like, I'm tired.
She never goes to lay down.
No, you know how you see those like really cute pictures of kids, like babies when they're little, like they're down having tummy time and they're, like, playing and they fall asleep? Our kid never did that.
No.
Like, she does not like to sleep. I think she has FOMO, because even at night, like, we put her to bed, and she will, like, even if we're just out in the living room watching TV, she has to constantly be coming out, and the only way to fix it is if we just go lay down in bed, too.
Which also helps us, because we don't eat, though.
Yes, that's true. So, but needless to say, the fever hit Monday night, she woke up and didn't have a fever. I was really excited on Tuesday. And then
you took her to breakfast.
We went to get her. She wanted a breakfast sandwich from Tim Hortons. And I was good. I got myself a black iced coffee. I was going to put my Premier Protein in it. And I looked up in the rearview mirror on my way back from Tim Hortons. And she was shivering. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
And
she was like, what? Mom.
An hour after?
Mom, I can't go to school today. And I was like, okay, well, like, what hurts? And her response to me was, I don't want to talk about it. So luckily I had, like, a couple minutes more left of the drive, so I was able to kind of gather, like, the tears that were starting to form in my eyes because it was her last day of kindergarten. Like, it feels like such a rite of passage.
Yeah.
And, like, she was going to have her yearbook signing, and she was going to get to meet her first grade teacher, and they, like, walk down and do, like, a meet and greet so she'd get to see who was in her class, from all of the different kindergarten classes, like, who was going to be in her new first grade class and meet her first grade teacher and all that, like, fun and exciting stuff, and we were just stuck to the couch because of, not even necessarily because she's, like, a bunch of the other kids were sleeping and napping and resting and stuff like that had the plague. That's what I'm referring to it as, the plague. And our child would have like 100 and 3.5 and would be cracking jokes and like would seriously be running laps around the house if we'd let her. Like, she does not do being sick well.
Other than that first night where she was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
We would have no idea that she was sick.
And she did not nap any of the other days. Luckily or unluckily, I guess, our dear friends that live down the road, their daughter had it as well. And so we were like, when the kids started getting antsy, we were able to at least like get them together because we didn't have to risk either one of them getting each other sick because they already all had the same thing. And that was nice too because it kind of gave us moms a little bit of a break. But yeah, it was 5 days. 5 days of a fever.
On the dot. The sixth day?
I mean, on and off, like nonstop fever, basically days 1, 2, and 3, and high fevers. I mean, so it's not like, it would spike up to 102 and then it would come down and rest. I mean, at a 99. Like she consistently had over 100 to like, I think we got up to just past 103.5, maybe like a 103.8. And that was with like medicine on the couple hour rotation. Like, I mean, we did everything we humanly could to keep.
She was such a trooper too, because that one night we had to give her a cold bath at almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And she just sat there and took it and didn't complain about it at all.
Yeah, she is definitely a trooper. So last week was a lot of sitting around in the house. We did get the girls out for a couple of walks and stuff like that, just and like playing in our yards, and we even set up the sprinkler and stuff like that because it was one of those things that we were just monitoring the fevers and they were fine, but they were antsy. So at least...
And you were antsy.
And I was antsy. And Nicole was antsy. And so at least we were able to get we didn't have to worry about the kids getting each other sick because they already all had the same thing. So it was quite the little plague that went through her classroom. But I do have to say, last week really taught me, or really showed me, what an amazing support system that like we've developed this year, the amazing friends that Izzy has developed this year, and that by extension, these families that we've become friends with. That, I mean, last week was rough, and I can't tell you how many times, like in our little mom chat, I mean, they every day they checked on us. They offered to go to the grocery store for us, whatever we needed, to send wine if we needed. But then even like on the last day of school, you know, Izzy was pretty bummed out, and her friends, since we live so close to the school, a couple of her friends walked down, and we put up the blinds, and she was able to wave at them through the window, and stuff like that. So I mean, we just really, it was a rough week. But it was definitely one of those, like, bittersweet weeks, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, I don't want my kids sick with that high fever for that long of a time.
On that last day.
Especially on that last day. But we definitely discovered what blessings we have in our lives now. I mean, Mike brought her home a Happy Meal one day so she would actually eat something, and people dropped supplies off to us, and it was really kind of remarkable how wonderful of a support system we had from our friend system. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, and just, it was, yeah.
Don't get choked up.
I know, I'm like, well, I can't even blame sleep deprivation now because I've actually had a couple of days to kind of get caught back up.
And she's sleeping in.
And she actually, I was up before her this morning again. So
it's probably her body.
Yeah, it's still catching up.
It.
Yeah.
Trying to kick it out.
But. And we did let her stay up a little bit later the last couple of days now that it is summertime or whatever, because we are one of those, we are those people that put our 6-year-old to bed at, we start the process at 6:45, which I know seems remarkably early during the school year, especially for a 6-year-old, but she needs the sleep, and we know she's going to fight sleep for an extended period of time. And she gets up really super early during the school year because
5:30 with me.
5:30. So she needs that sleep during the school year. But now that she doesn't have to get up that early, a couple of days she got to stay up later and then she slept in. But I think if you looked at the math, like she still slept the same amount. It just was shifted a little bit. But I felt like today, I mean, she went to bed pretty early last night.
We had a big day yesterday.
Yes, we did have a big day yesterday.
The sun drains you.
Yeah, it actually finally felt like summer. 2 days in a row, Saturday and Sunday. Felt like summer, which was amazing. So we actually, I love the neighborhood we live in, and we've got a bunch of really great friends around us, and so we had a couple of friends over yesterday, and so we have bought an above-ground pool. We're going to be putting a pool in, but we are waiting to get, we have to get an outside electrical outlet, so we're waiting for the electrician to be able to come and do that. So yesterday we got out the itty-bitty pool. Like, it's seriously like 3 feet by 3 feet. It's this awesome PVC pipe pool that she actually got from her old daycare provider. And it's awesome. I mean, it was great. Like, it was able to fit multiple of the kids in it. I mean, they obviously couldn't do much. They could just sit in it.
And jump up and down.
1, 2, 3, jump. But they played with the squirt guns, and you
got crafty.
So tell us about that.
I've seen it on Facebook, where they put the tarps together. Mm-hmm. Tied a couple I bought. I went to the dollar store, got a whole bunch of
shout out to the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree toys, because all of her other stuff is all nasty and yuck.
Yeah.
So I bought $20 worth of that stuff. Guns, some squirt guns, the outdoor ball game.
Yeah, just different stuff like that.
Stuff like that they can all shoot each other with.
But also a bunch of tarps.
Yes, like 4 foot by 6 foot tarps that I laced together, and some dish soap. And any child of the 80s knows what a slip and slide is. Yes. I did a budget slip and slide.
Yeah, so it cost you about $7. I mean, plus obviously we already had the duct tape here or whatever. But I still,
never have enough duct tape.
I still think the funniest thing that you said yesterday, though, was one of the kids got soap in their mouth, and you're like, "It's okay, it's apple."
I got green apple.
Green apple just in case. Like, yeah, that's what it smells like, but that's not really what it tastes like. Yeah. But it was fun, and actually, you did it.
I did it.
Yep, and I did it.
You did it.
Yep, and our friend Nicole did it. Couldn't let the kids have all of the fun.
I was excited to use it.
Yeah, I felt old this morning, though. Like, I didn't necessarily hurt. I wasn't necessarily sore, which I kind of expected to be, but I just felt very old when I rolled out of bed this morning. Yeah, exactly.
Bones extending.
Yes, lots of bone cracking and all that kind of stuff. But it was actually, it really turned out to be, I mean, illness aside, obviously, I didn't like giving Isabella all that medicine and everything, but we actually had an amazing weekend.
If it wasn't for Izzy being sick, it would have been a normal week. Like,
yeah, I mean, we did have to cancel. So the one thing that's pretty devastating to me is that my sister was in town from Texas for a couple of weeks, and she went back at the end of the week, and I mean, and my birthday got canceled, but although you did a really good job.
Canceled?
Come on now. I was supposed to have like a birthday lunch with my mom and my aunt and my sister while my sister was still in town, and that got postponed a day. Canceled. And then that got, they still got together. Ooh, sorry. And I guess the thing that really devastated me last week, though, was that my sister left to go back to Texas, and I couldn't even say goodbye to her because the plague. And my sister's like 7 months pregnant. Yeah. And so even if like I wasn't displaying any symptoms, like, so I mean, even to be like, oh, okay, I'll just run over and say goodbye to her. Like I don't know if I was carrying it.
I told you not to breathe on her.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Hold my breath?
Yeah.
So, and I have to take. So that was very sad. I do have to apologize, though. You still did a very nice job making my birthday very special. It's just really funny because Izzy was sick for Mother's Day. And Izzy was sick for my birthday as well. She just wants
time with you.
She has lots of time with me.
She gets sick so she could spend more time with you.
I understand that. That's the nice thing you've come up with, but I don't think that that's really the case. So,
but yeah.
But we still had a great. That was the only thing that was the really, really huge bummer.
Just imagine
that my
if
sister
Izzy's
left
friend
and I didn't get to.
If Izzy's friend wasn't sick, you had been locked inside with her all alone.
Yes, I'm very thankful that we had our friends to get together and play with. Because the girls were able to play, and I was able to talk to an adult.
Thank you.
But well, you weren't the adult I was talking to.
I know, that's why I said thanks. Like,
oh, so, well, you were working, so I mean, it's not like it's a long day when you have a kid that has energy, wants to be expending the energy, but you're worried because they're sitting at a 102.3 pumped full of Tylenol and Motrin, and you have to keep them calm.
She doesn't do calm.
And she does not do calm. She doesn't do being sick well. Like, I mean, like, I could totally lay around all day and just nap. I don't like being sick, obviously, but I don't mind that aspect of being sick. Like, it's the one time I'm like forced to just lay around and sleep and nap and do nothing and watch some TV and sleep some more. Although growing up, my mom didn't let us watch TV when we were sick. Like,
yeah, and here you let her have friends.
I let her have. It was a unique situation. I'm very thankful that we got to hang out with Nikki and the kids, because we would have all gone nuts.
Did they used to have like chicken pox parties? When one kid got it?
I don't know.
They all had a party and all the kids went over to get it together?
No, they do that kind of weird stuff now, though. But I don't really want to get into the whole vaccine, not vaccine discussion. So, it is weird, though, that Izzy will never get the chicken pox. But I still have scars on my body from the chicken pox.
Me too, right on the tip of my nose. Have you ever seen the little pock?
So, but we don't really want to get in. We don't want to get into that conversation. That's not a conversation we want to delve into today.
Or ever.
Or ever. Yes. We're not going to go there. But yeah, last week was an interesting one. We still had some good summertime memories. I did not eat very well, though.
No, you ate very well. You just didn't eat healthy.
Okay, well, I guess that's what I meant by well. So I'm up quite a significant amount right now that I need to kind of get back on track. And so last week I did good adding the exercise back in, but it was like, oh, the only thing Izzy would eat was McDonald's. Hey, stop and get her a Happy Meal. Hey, get me some McDonald's French fries while you're at. Like, I was eating my feelings last week too. But we're meal planned for the week.
Mm-hmm. I saw you.
I do have to say, too, everybody followed our lovely egg roll debacle.
Yeah.
Finding those egg rolls was awesome. So I don't know if last time we had actually made the pizza rolls or not with them. Like, remember how we took the fat-free mozzarella and we took the egg roll wrappers, and then we did some Trader Joe's organic tomato sauce and then turkey pepperoni, and we made like a little homemade pizza roll and then air fried it. And it was delicious.
It's like pizza pocket.
Yeah, I guess it's more like a pizza pocket. And then you did a breakfast one, right?
I did do a breakfast
one. So
one.
what was in that one?
Just scrambled egg, ham, and some cheese.
Okay, and maybe some shredded cheese. So that was good. And then one day last week you got home and you were like, hey, how about a Coney dog egg roll? So we legit took this egg roll wrappers and we cooked up we grilled up some of the Hebrew National, right? Mm-hmm. We do like the 97 or 98% fat free. They're only 1 point per hot dog. Obviously you'd want to double check that with, your own Weight Watchers app. But we grilled some of those up, cooked up some of like the Coney dog sauce, and then got out sauce. Some of the Kraft fat-free cheddar cheese, and put it all in and air fried it, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, my
so good.
Dream would be to own a food truck, and every meal would be an egg roll inside of an egg roll.
Yes.
So I'm constantly thinking of other stuff to put inside of it.
So I kind of want it, but this goes into that whole not really being healthy thing. I kind of want to try I kind of want to try to do like a s'more one.
Oh no. You need to make that on your own.
On my own air fryer?
Yeah.
No, okay. No, well, then I guess I'll go without. I thought also too about trying to do like an apple pie one.
I'll do an apple pie one. I won't eat it, but I'll do it. The s'more one will just be messy.
Yeah, it would be delicious, though. You don't think that the marshmallow would stay in the wrapper?
No, the chili sauce didn't stay in the wrapper.
Huh.
I mean, It leaked a little, but...
Yeah. But anyway, so we're very thankful we finally found those egg roll wrappers, which like I said, it took me forever. I did not know where they were. But we have now done several different types of egg rolls, and they are awesome.
We need to do a Philly cheesesteak roll.
Yeah, that would be good with some green pepper and onions and stuff. But anyway, we're meal planned for the week, so hopefully we can stick to it.
You could also do black bean burger ones, which we just did a black bean burger.
So you actually made homemade black bean burgers for lunch, black bean and corn and stuff like that, which actually brings me to my healthy hack. So can we do that right now?
Sure.
All right. So my healthy hack this time...
Sounds like I intentionally did that segue.
Is the Aunt Millie's. So, I mean, everybody's familiar with Aunt Millie's, right? It's like a bakery bread company. So they have... they've got these hearth buns. They're like whole grain. And they've got just plain ones, but then they also have ones that they carry at our Meijer, at least, that are reduced calorie. So they're actually called Aunt Millie's Hearth Buns Reduced Calorie Whole Grain. And they do hamburger buns and they do hot dog buns. And so you made these black bean burgers today, and we had them on the reduced calorie Hearth buns, and they are so good. Like, you would not think you were eating...
No, it was too good to be.
The first time we got it, we almost didn't believe it. But the last time I scanned it in my WW app, for one bun, it's 3 points. So you can actually have a burger or a chicken sandwich, or a black bean burger, turkey burger, whatever, on these hamburger buns. And I posted them a lot on my Instagram page.
You could go ahead and shout out your own Instagram page.
I don't know what my own tag is. I think it's Bella Bugs Mama 13. But I do post a lot of my food on there. So if you are looking for some food inspiration on Instagram, Bella Bugs.
You want me to just go check?
Mama
you have your phone
13. Right there. I don't know. Yeah.
But you have anyway, your sound off?
I do have it on vibrate. Thank you very much. But so these buns are so good, and so the last time I scanned it was 3 points. And actually, the ones that aren't reduced calorie are only 4 points. But I kind of look for wherever I can cut my points if possible. And so they also have it as a hot dog bun, too. And the hot dog bun is only 2 points for one bun. So we're actually going to use the hot dog buns tonight, and we're going to do a shrimp po' boy, which I'm really excited about. Oh boy! So
are we doing Cajun?
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that out. So my healthy hack for this episode is the Aunt Millie's Hearth reduced calorie buns, either hamburger or hot dog. You wouldn't think you're eating something that's reduced calorie, and oh my god, they're so good. They are so good. And yes, had them today with lunch, and yes. I was right. My Instagram tag, in case you're interested in looking at meal ideas, and drop me a line there. Let me know that, if you try out a recipe, or sometimes I look for different recipes that I like from different Instagrammers or bloggers, and then I always tag them too. But so it is Bella, so Bella, Bugs, Bugs, Mama, MOMMA 13. So Bella Bugs Mama 13 on Instagram, and 13 is kind of our lucky family number. And then Bella Bug is the name that we had for Isabella when she was actually still in my belly, right? You started calling her Bella Bug, and then we shortened it after she was born. We called her Bug a lot. And now I still even sometimes call her Izzy Bug or Izzy Bear.
She doesn't like bug anymore, I don't think.
But she
doesn't.
Think
it's that negative connotation.
Yeah, sometimes she'll still say it though. And she likes ladybugs, so she makes that connection. Yeah, she goes through weird spurts. But anyway, so if you're looking for some meal ideas, drop me a line there so I know though that if you try something on and what you like. But if you go there, you will see the pictures of the reduced calorie Aunt Millie's
Hearth,
not girth. Hearth. No, we're trying to get rid of my girth.
So we're going with the hearth.
Buns, but these buns are good.
Yeah, they
Tasty
are.
buns.
Your buns are good.
So, yeah. What else?
Oh, you did a thing.
I did
Saturday.
a thing. I did a thing?
That
Oh, my God.
put you into almost cardiac arrest?
Yes. So, I have been trying to embrace the mantra about pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. I've talked about that before.
You talk about me too.
And I've talked about you, and in general, we're trying to kind of embrace this new life because we realize that in order to grow as people and be the type of parents we want to be, like, we have to also be able to encourage our kid to do things that might scare her, and so we're trying to do that more, hence the public speaking and all that kind of stuff. But so we're at the fair, the carnival in town on Saturday, which I was really proud of us. We did not get any elephant ears.
I was so close.
I know.
While I separated from you guys, I was ready to go.
But you used my mantra against me.
I did.
You did.
Remember the, I don't know, they call it the zipper?
Yeah, they call it the zipper now. I feel like it was like the salt and pepper shakers or something when we were younger.
Yeah, it's basically a Ferris wheel type contraption with cages on the outside.
You're caged in because the cages can flip.
Yeah, you're flipping around.
Plus, then you're also similar to a Ferris wheel, like going way up in the air and coming back down, while also your cage is flipping.
At a rapid speed. So rapid it went in my throat, my stomach did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure just yesterday was the first time I could breathe normal, so thanks so much. But yeah.
Anti-gravity.
So he threw my mantra at me and said, well, you have to live outside your comfort zone. And so he went and bought the 4 tickets we needed because he had a wristband. The 4 tickets we needed so that I could go on a ride, and we rode the zipper.
We got in, and the guy was like reeling back to close the gate, the gated cage.
Yeah.
It was a tight fit.
It was definitely a tight fit. A year ago, last summer, we would not have fit.
No.
Luckily, the weight we have lost, but I couldn't help the whole time because I felt like he really had to work to close it the whole time as we're flipping. And they've got handles in front of you on the cage, and so I'm holding onto that handle, but where those handles are is the door that opens and closes to let you out. And the whole time, all I could think in my anxiety state was, oh my God, this didn't close all the way. It's going to open and I'm going to go flying out. And I had a death grip on those handles. Because I'm like, if that cage door flies open.
So I struggle with anxiety too. So I was up there doing this, and I had a thought of, oh man, we just left our daughter down there.
I know. She was in good hands, though, with Nicole. So thank you, Nikki, for watching her.
We have no will. If we go flying across the park right now, we're done.
Yeah. Yes. So you talked me into it, and I think I clenched my eyes shut almost the whole time. You asked me multiple times if I had passed out. I was just deep breathing. I was just trying to stay calm and not hyperventilate. The whole time it was a matter of, oh my God, this door is going to open and I'm going to go flying out, and just keep breathing, don't throw up on yourself.
Well, as it comes back around, just kind of let go of the thing.
And the funny thing is, you had initially asked Izzy if she wanted to do this.
Yeah, I'm glad that she did not want to.
And luckily she said no, because one of the things I did say while we were up in the air flipping around was, our daughter is not ready for this. This would have totally traumatized her. And you were like, yeah, you're right. So, luckily she knew better than us. Because that would have, I can't even imagine, I was terrified the whole time. So terrified.
But we used to do it so many times.
I know, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have even have thought twice.
That would have been my only ride. I just kept going and going.
I had been wanting to go back to Cedar Point because I loved roller coasters growing up, and I haven't been in so long, mainly because for a long time, physically, my body couldn't fit in one. And so now that we could do it again, I've been contemplating, hey, we should take a Cedar Point trip. The only kind of holdup has been obviously always still being a little weary about your back. But then...
well, you don't have to worry about it because I'm not really a roller coaster person.
Well, so apparently I'm not either. I mean, I should have known, right? Like, I'm the person now in my old age that, like, swinging on a swing set makes me motion sick. I used to love roller coasters, and now I can't even swing on a swing set. So thank you, 35. I've hit my mid-30s, and apparently I can no longer do anything like that.
Oh, 35 is good to you. Motion sickness.
Motion sickness. But you know what? Sick kid. Yeah, sick kid. I struggled a little bit with this birthday. Like, I was kind of having a hard time wrapping my head around the idea of 35 beforehand. And it's so weird, though, because I totally recognize, like, I am so much happier with who I am right now at 35 than I was at 34 or 33 or 32 or 31. I mean, heck, like, my body right now is stronger and more capable of things than I was in my 20s.
Right.
I mean, I'm not just focused on just the weight loss. I mean, because my weight fluctuated quite a bit from basically junior year of high school on, and then just continually, like, rose and rose and rose and rose, and then would drop a little bit, and then rose and rose and rose. But it's not even so much the weight thing. It's like the whole us attempting to run and, trying, like, I do some just inky dinky arm weight stuff and stuff like that. But, like, my body is much more capable and strong as a 35-year-old than it was as a 30-year-old. But for some reason, that number, that 35, your mid-30s, like, to me, it as it was approaching, it felt like I was way closer to 40.
Yeah, you're going to be a train wreck in 5 years.
To 30. Yeah, I think you need to start saving money now and take me on, like, a tropical cruise or something so I can just drown myself in
margaritas,
umbrella drinks.
Mai Tais.
Yes. But yeah, I was really, really kind of struggling. And I don't know why. Because I also do feel like I've always struggled with insecurity. I had a very good childhood growing up, but we had very high expectations on us. And you get to the point almost where, like, it wasn't even necessarily my parents who had the expectations on us. It was, like, myself, my expectation of myself. And so I really struggle with that idea of failure. And feeling like I need to be perfect. And so I was I tend to be more introverted. People assume I'm an extrovert because I like broadcasting and stuff like that, but I'm not. I tend to be more of a wallflower. I'll sit back. Like, I'm great in small groups, but at large parties, it kind of stresses me out. I get anxiety when I'm in large crowds. So I was always on the shyer side growing up. I'm a little awkward. And I'll tell you everything about my life. Like, I'm a very open book, but I don't, like, make friends super easily because, like, I'm so, like, to put myself out there like that is really, really difficult. That's why I'm so thankful with the mom friends that I've made this year, with Izzy being in her first year of school. So shout out to all of them, because I can't imagine having gotten through this school year without all of them, as well as her teacher, because her teacher was just remarkable and amazing. And I'm just so thankful for her. But so, like, I mean, confidence-wise even, like, I'm finally feeling like I'm getting to the point where I feel a little bit more secure in who I am. And don't feel like I need to constantly get that validation from other people. Because that's growing up, that's, like, I really struggle with that insecurity. So I don't know why 35 was so scary. But I was really freaking out about it. And it still kind of makes me cringe a little bit when I'm like, oh, yeah, you're 35 now. Okay. Mid-30s.
You gotta start thinking that time isn't linear. That way you don't think of birthdays.
Yeah. I just try not to deal with math in
I think
any way.
There's a country over in Europe that's gonna abolish times.
That wouldn't work.
They're doing it.
All right, well, you're going to have to do some more research on that and share it with us, because I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't see how that would be feasible.
They say it stresses people out, so they're getting rid of times.
Yeah, I would I can see the stress aspect. So, how have you been doing? We kind of, so last episode...
I don't have a lot going on.
Yes, but last episode, we kind of talked about how you had been an angry ball of fire.
I've been good.
Feeling
we needed that,
less angry ball of fiery.
I think we needed that couples therapy.
I know, we should have named the last episode couples therapy, because that's really what it was.
And it kind of restrained me in saying some things that I probably would have ended up regretting anyway.
Right, would have just lashed out to say so that you could, because, I mean, when you've been with each other for as long as we've been together, so we've been together for almost 10 years. No, 10 years.
Yeah.
And married for over 8 now. I know what I need to say in order to really push your buttons and piss you off, and vice versa.
So when you came on the podcast and brought that up right away, I was like, oh boy. So I was caught off guard, and it was what we needed.
Do a podcast, they say. It'll be fun, they say.
What was the first one? If anything else, it guarantees us a half hour.
It guarantees us, yes. And actually, we tend to go over a half an hour. I don't know where we're at right now. I think we've been sitting more around 40 to 50 minutes. But, yeah, I know I kind of took you off guard. But it was something that, anytime we attempted to sit down and talk about it, if you had laser eyes, you would have burnt a hole, through my body. Because, the minute I even tried to bring it up with you, not on the podcast, you got huffy and puffy and, yelled and walked away kind of thing. So it actually forced you to have to sit down and talk through it.
Didn't want a deal.
Yes. So, was it just kind of...
The time? It was
the
that
time.
It was the male time of the month.
Was it that time of the month for you?
The male time of the month.
All right, apparently. So...
I think we have that.
I believe, yes, that they said that you guys do have your
times every
times
3 months or something like that.
I don't know about that. Not in my experience. Bum.
Yeah. No.
No. But you've seemed a lot lighter in terms of your mood.
Thanks, I've been working out.
Ha ha ha. No, that's not what I mean.
I know what you mean.
So, which I appreciate, because we've kind of talked about this too. When you're all wrapped up and angry and stuff like that, you'll start to do, be goofy to try to, pull yourself out of it. And so then you'll, try to be goofy towards me. But I'm still very much in, the hurt stage when you direct your anger at me. And so I think I even the last time told you, that's great that you're trying to be goofy and lighten the mood. But, my feelings are still hurt.
There's a few times where you'll come out of it too quickly.
So I think
So when I do stuff like that, and you...
Punch you in the face? No, I'm just kidding. I have never punched him in the face. I have never punched him in the face.
When you give me the goofy back, then we'll know we're good, and I can move on and get over it.
Right.
So it was the fact that we were in that never-ending
oh my God, it
drama
was so
state.
never-ending. So, yeah. But we're doing better now.
Yeah, what else we got? We got a 5K next week?
We do. And Isabella actually has her first... she had said she wanted to do a fun run. So we are doing actually in your hometown. So it's kind of fun. At their carnival thing.
Yeah, it's their birthday.
So Izzy's running a fun run, and then we are doing a 5K. And then I think we're finally going to celebrate Father's Day and your dad's birthday and all that kind of stuff.
It's great. Just knock them all out in one day.
Because we're already going to be down. Yeah. We'll be down there. So that'll be fun. And I think Izzy, I think, to be honest with you, I think she went into it really excited. And I think now she's starting to feel stressed about it. I think she's starting to feel anxious. So we went for...
running was fun.
We went for a little bit of a mile jog today just to kind of start preparing her. And my mom bought her running shoes and everything like that. And so I'm just trying to keep, the excitement and the happiness up so that, she's excited and wants to do it. Because I guess right now, my biggest fear is that she's going to go to the finish... she's going to go to the starting line and then be did not want to do it. Or today when we were out for the jog, at one point she sat down on the side of the road And the only way I was able to get her up was as I slowly jogged by her, because the two of you run a lot faster than I run. I told her that she was going to get bitten by bugs. Because she was sitting you were ahead of us. She was sitting in the wet grass. So I was like, you're going to get bit by bugs. And she popped up and started running again. But I am a little nervous.
I'll run with her if that happens.
That she is going to, and she's very much her mother's daughter in the sense that, like, Izzy really wants to be perfect. And there is no such thing as perfection. But I get it, like, because I would just assume not do things growing up, because if the chance of failure was too high, I would just not do it.
She doesn't want to play softball because she doesn't want to.
Yeah. So I'm at that, like, it's interesting now as a parent dealing with, like, I see that she carries that same insecurity that I carried, and now trying to parent her through it when I really struggled working through it myself.
She doesn't get that the more you do something, the better you get.
Yes.
Because she automatically expects to be perfect at it.
Well, and it's tough, too, because she is very naturally athletic. And so there are a lot of things that the first time she does them, she's amazing at. But life's not like that. Like, there are going to be lots of other things that she's not amazing at that she might still love and need to work at. Speaking of which, hey there, Izzy Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Is there anything you want to talk about today on the podcast?
No.
No, you just needed some love? Some mommy love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Daddy and I were telling them about how you have your first run next week, and are you excited about that? And you get and you get to wear your new fancy running shoes that Gigi got you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And you get to earn your own medal?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can come home and hang it on our medal display?
Mm-hmm.
You can make the wall. You're going to make the wall. You're the first one you earned.
Well, outside of all of her soccer medals.
Oh. No, the first running one.
Yes, your first running one. So what else is going on? Are you feeling all better? We told everybody about how you were really sick. How you just punched me in the eye. Yeah, feeling better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was your favorite part of this last week?
I don't know what you're saying.
You don't know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So what happened over the last week that was your favorite? If you had to pick one thing that you liked the most, what was it?
The pool.
The pool and the slip and slide yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Could you believe that Mommy and Daddy did it? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mom didn't make it very far down the slip and slide.
Mm-hmm.
I
you see
stalled
what I
out
said?
pretty quickly.
Slide into the week like halfway short.
Yep. So, I can't help but kiss your cheeks when you're sitting by me. So, anything else you want to share?
No.
No? Were you just lonely and wanted to come out and say hey?
This is that attention grabbing.
Yes, a little bit. Needed some attention. Okay, what else? Anything? No? Okay. Lots of head shaking. You know that they can't hear you shake your head.
Right.
Because that's not how microphones work. Silly goose. That's all right. Mommy and Daddy are going to be wrapping up soon. There's nothing you want to inform us about? Can you stop hitting the microphone? Okay. Well, I guess that we're nearing the end, aren't we?
There was something else that we were going to talk about.
I don't know. Turning 35. The plague. The end of school. We did our healthy hack. We had a little brief visit from Izzy. Izzy cast. I don't know.
She had to make an appearance.
She had to make an appearance. Even though she doesn't really want to talk, she just had to pop up. Right? Yeah. She shook her head again. They can't hear you when you shake your head. Silly goose. So, anyway, right. Anything else you want to share? We'll probably update people on our run. I'm a little nervous. We are definitely much better at running in cooler weather than we are running in warmer weather.
Yeah. Me and Izzy ran from the neighbor's house, which is about 500 yards away.
Mm-hmm, like 5 houses down.
And, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
We barely made it back.
Because they were too hot.
was exhausting.
So,
like, my legs weren't into it yet.
mm-hmm.
It was tough. It was a tough run.
Yeah.
500 yards. It was a tough run.
Well, good luck then with your 5K. Let alone all the people that run like half marathons and marathons, or just go out and they're like, I'm just going to go for like a 6-mile jog. Super impressed by that, because I'm still like struggling to run a mile at a time, but I'm doing it. I'm still doing it. And I actually went out. Hey, baby. I went out for a run by myself on Saturday.
Today was a good one.
And today we did our little mile jog. So fingers crossed. Next episode we'll update on the 5K as well as Izzy's fun run, and I'm hoping to have a good update in terms of kind of getting my weight back under control. Are you weighing in this week? I am weighing in on Saturday morning. Yeah. So in 5 days, we have to.
Oh.
We haven't been in a couple of weeks. It's time to face the facts. So
I think you can.
You're gonna weigh in too. You're going to weigh into it. It'll be fine. So.
Yeah, so over the summer, I guess we're going to try to do one a week.
Yep. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about or address.
Or questions
you might have for us, feel free to, comment on the episodes on Spreaker, or if you're listening through iTunes, so I guess that would technically be Apple Podcasts,
Google Podcasts.
Or through Google Play, or if you happen to catch us on Instagram or whatever. We are talking about maybe making some social media accounts.
We do have an email address, so that's imperfectlyus@gmail.
Yep.
imperfectlyuspodcast@gmail.
Yes, imperfectlyuspodcast@gmail. But I am trying to at least, like, if I post something podcast related, at least using that hashtag.
Yes, the hashtag imperfectlyus.
Please, subscribe and comment, review, and let us know, if there's anything you want us to talk about, or if you try some of these healthy hacks. Yeah, the Hearth buns to get rid of the girth. That was it's so weird that you mentioned that word. But anyway, and so just one more shout out. I don't know how many of them listen, but a huge shout out to all of our friends and Izzy's friends.
I guess we're going to find out which ones actually listen.
Right. This past week for checking in on us and dropping off things and
probably playing with us.
Yeah, been playing with us, and we're just really thankful. Last week was a rough week, and we realized how lucky we actually are because we have a really amazing support system around us. So thank you to all of our friends for that. We do really, really appreciate and love you guys. And I'm going to stop talking before I get even more mushy. So.
Oh, I see a tear coming.
No, you don't. You're lucky my kid is sitting next to us, though, because I might have wanted to...
What?
Show a finger your way. I'm not going to, though, because Izzy's right here. Izzy.
All right.
Say bad daddy word, right?
Bad daddy word.
Yeah. We'll have to tell you. Did we tell them the story of that?
We'll save it for next time.
Yeah, so we'll save that. So remind us. We'll have to tell you about bad daddy words next time. But thank you so much for listening to this episode of Imperfectly Us. I'm Cathy.
I'm Izzy.
You seemed unclear for a second. You are Izzy, right? You're not an alien, are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm Jason.
And we are so happy you could join us for another episode of Imperfectly Us. We'll talk to you soon.
And our dog is Casper.